Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for October 22, 2022, the Managers Are Not All Right edition. And we begin with that story from Bloomberg, which says that middle managers are not all right. Mid-tier bosses face pressure from both sides as employees return to the office, leading to the highest risk of burnout in any job level. So what does this mean for compliance? It means that you really need to work with and monitor your middle managers and give them as much support as you can do so. Middle managers are a key component of every corporation, every corporate culture, and certainly every compliance program. So whatever you're doing for your managers, your middle managers, you need to up your game. Next up from the Wall Street Journal, Democratic lawmakers asked Justice Department to publish data on corporate crime, which comes to us from the Risk and Compliance Journal. Dylan Tokar reporting. In a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland, 3 Democrats say they were urging the DOJ to more thoroughly track and publish agency-wide statistics on the number of actions taken by prosecutors against corporations and those who engage in business crime. They certainly note that Lisa Monaco said, quote, "We cannot ignore the data showing overall decline in corporate prosecutions. We need to do more and move faster," end quote. The senators like to see the data which backs up this statement and understand why the DOJ has really cut back as much as they have. Next up from Reuters, Meta, the company formerly known as Facebook, is still trying to get rid of FTC Chairman Lina Khan. They want Khan disqualified from participating in the FTC's challenge to Meta. And although they have no chance, they seemed just on a quixotic quest to get rid of her. I don't know if it's because they view her as the Antichrist. I don't know if it's personal to Mark Zuckerberg, but they're certainly burning every potential bridge they can do so in a very, very scorched earth defense policy around the FTC's claim against Meta. And our final story comes to us, a rather lengthy article from the Brookings Institute, which says that history reveals how to get Ukraine reconstruction right. And you do that, of course, by looking at history and looking at places it didn't work. Obviously, Afghanistan is one. Bosnia and Herzegovina is another. So you should study those, and we should all study those to help prevent corruption in the rebuilding of Ukraine. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.